What's up, everybody? I'm TheYungGamer, and I'm here playing some more Hearthstone. Today, I'm going to be playing as a Shaman. This is my lovely Shaman deck that I've played for a while now. Last time I was using Face Hunter, and it worked pretty well, but I wanted to go back to my roots. Not to mention I have both of the legendaries for this class, so it's, fun to use. This is my current deck that I'm using. There are some cards that I'd like to replace, but sadly I don't have everything. I would like to get rid of these Clockwork Gnomes for the zombies, whatever, chows. But sadly I don't have those. So we're sticking with the Clockwork Gnomes. They work relatively well in replacement. Haunted Creepers, we got your Flame Tongues, your standard issue Flame Tongues. Yes, I do use Hex and Lightning Storm, which is not like some of the top tier Shaman decks, but I think it works relatively well. There, of course, are some cards for Shaman that I don't have. Whirling Maddox, Lava Burst, Farsight. You know, most of the epics, pretty much. I have a single Doomhammer. There's my epics. But, on contrast to that, I do have Neptulon and Alikir the Windlord, which are extremely good cards to use for late game Shamans, which is just about what this is. It's a mid to late game Shaman with some early control, if, I can draw that. It's worked fairly well for me. It's won me a few games. I am still rank 11.5 from the last time I've played, but then again, I've played quite a while. Today, I went back to rank 12 while playing as the Face Hunter, so I went to my Shaman, and it won me some games. So we're going to see how this works for us today. By the way, this random warrior here, that is to be later revealed if I can get the rest of Naxxramas. I know I'm extremely behind on getting Naxxramas, but that's alright. I mean, there are plenty of cards that I do need from Naxxramas that I don't have, but all we can do is deal. Alright, going into a game. Who are we going up against? We have a Warlock. Hopefully it's not too much control, like standard issue handlocks, but then again I also don't want to be going up against a Zoolock. Alright, we got our turn 200 Creepers. Sadly we do have a Defender of Argus in our hand, which is not something that we typically want there. The curve that we have is not too well of one. Alright, it's a Zoolock, so we have that to deal with. With this deck, if I can get to the late game, which is basically what the early game is supposed to do, which sadly I'm not drawing, but if I can get to that late game, then it's certainly pretty powerful, and it packs a bit of a punch. Alright, we gonna get a Flame Imp coined out, or what? Abusive Sergeant. He's probably gonna trade into my Haunted Creeper now. Nope, he's going face. This guy has no remorse. So in times like this is perfectly safe to throw down the Flame Tongue Totem, as he does not have... There's a possibility that he does not have a second Abusive Sergeant in his hand. There is a chance, however, that he can still kill this. Surprising that he doesn't with this Elven Archer here. Ah, now I see. He has a Direwolf Alpha. Alright, in this situation, we're just going to have to throw down Piloted Shredder, take out this 2-1, that it was being turned into a 3-1. The board is a little scary right now with this Nerubian Egg here that is soon to be popped, but we do have some Taunt that can be thrown up, with some Fire Elemental that can be thrown up afterwards. So, looks like he is going to trade his Egg and the Elven Archer into the Pilot Shredder. I get a Shadow Boxer, which thankfully can get me... never mind. Okay, he's hitting face. I am a little fretful for how the late game is going to look at this point, but all we can do is hope for the best. Now, I'm going to trade that in there with the hopes that he will, go in and kill his Nerubian to get to the sludge. Alright. Because it was either that, or just lose the sludge, keep the Nerubian alive, and also lose the Shadow Boxer, and he keeps a lot of minions up. Alright, now this turn I'm definitely going to be killing off this Direwolf Alpha. It's been doing a bit too much to me. And he's starting to run fairly low on cards in hand. Well, he does have his life tap. I was about to say shadow tap. Well, he does have life tap to be able to get his cards back. It's going to be hurting him more and more, which is going to make our late game a bit better with our final pushes of Neptulon and Malakir. Second Argus comes down, don't have to worry about any more taunts from now on, but I do have this Feral Spirit up, as well as the Defender of Argus to play. I could Dr. Boom, but it's not safe to do that. So I need to throw this down, do that, make them bigger, and that'll be our turn. There's a good chance that we lose here, but sadly we can't really worry about that. Alright, looks like that was a genuine well played. He's gonna have to trade off his creatures. Aw, that's sad. Alright, he's doing the best he can to get through my defenses, so I'm gonna do the best I can to destroy what little he has left. Alright, time for those Clockwork Gnomes to come down. Trade that there, and pass turn. This taunt we have here, the Stoneclaw Totem, is a great blessing to have right now, since it will prevent him from getting these two past. Mortal Coil? It's either a Mortal Coil or another Elven Archer. I'd be kind of surprised if he had a second Elven Archer in his deck. Alright, Harvest Golem goes down. Tap. I'm pretty desperate for some answers to all these right now. Gotta play Dr. Boom. And as much as I don't want to, I'm gonna have to trade my face there and kill off these creatures. Alright, let's hope that we get a burner. And that has pretty much been our savior right there. There is the possibility for him playing some pretty big late game creatures like his 5/7 with taunt. Oh, Implosion comes down. Oh, and he got a 4 with it. And here comes another Implosion. He misses the imps. This is some dire straits. I desperately needed a... I honestly don't know if I can win at this point. I need to kill off another imp and not pop that. Alright, sadly we don't do it. He needs 3 damage to win, and decks these days don't play Soulfire. But if he draws Dark Bomb or the 5/7 with charge, he doesn't have any more Arguses. What's the possibilities of him winning? It's like a 3 and 14. It's a pretty low percentage, but he gets to double that just about with that life tap. I'm dead either way, whether I hex or not. Rockbiter is not what we need. Is this it? GG boys? GG boys? Oh, okay, down to 2 life. We desperately need, some way to win this. Loathab is not that way, sadly. Alright, and it's gonna be GG. See, the lack of all these early game creatures and early game removal was a real big, turn down for us. It was a huge letdown to be drawing our turn 5 and our turn 6 in our early game, which is what pretty much cost us that. So, go ahead and start up another game. Hopefully we'll get a better start than that. Just the lack of draws that we needed there is what really shut us down pretty heavily. If we could have had like the lightning storm when we needed it, or a better, curve in the beginning of the game to get our tempo up, then we would have been fine against that. I mean, even if we had drawn an Alec here at some point in that late game, we would have been fine because he wouldn't have been able to get past it, really. Alright, going up against a most likely mech mage. Gonna have to get rid of all three of these, sadly. Hopefully we can draw into some better cards here. So that's better. That's definitely a better curve than what we were gonna start with before. The starting with double flame tongue is not exactly a great start for us. Hopefully he does not have a 1-drop, and if he does, it's something weak. But since he does have the coin, there's a good chance that he's going to be coining out something that could be potentially deadly for us. Nope, just plain old Clockwork Gnome. Is he going to coin out a second one? Not at all. Here comes a Haunted Creeper. Haunted Creeper is great for taking out your pesky little Clockwork Gnomes. And if need be, I can do a Feral Spirit next turn. Alright, that's going to be... You're a nuisance. How dare you. Alright, I have a Clockwork Gnome of my own. See, this is where it would be better to have the Chow, because the Chow would be very easily just played immediately with a totem up, instead of having to throw down my taunts at such an early point in the game. With the Chow, which people are confused, how is Chow such a good card? Chow is not meant to be a creature that is good in terms of, rushing down your opponent. Oh, that's such a great creature. It's just to get you control. It's just for board control. It's a 2/3. You don't really care about the giving them life. That's not, that key of a feature in the early game. That's just, a little added deterrent, really. Probably, oh no, that's the better part of trading. It does look like this totem is getting no value right now because of how the right side of it is completely barren, but that's where the totems go. The totems fill up the right side. Creatures go on the left side that I play. That's basically how you fill up the board with Shaman. All your creatures that you want to buff, you put in the middle, and your totems go on the right side of the totem as much as possible. If you already have a totem up and you're gonna play creatures, you play those to the left, totems, because they go on the right. So, see here, I already have a perfect clearing for this board right now, and I didn't even mean to. See, now, a Manatine totem, that's perfectly fine to play on the right side. It's a totem, either way. So now we trade, hit face. Although, yeah, I probably should have played the Manatine totem onto the left side because of the fact that he could just ping off the 3/1. But right now, he basically is having to respond to what I have on the field, which is allowing me to more easily respond to what he tries to put on the field. I could play a second Flame Tongue totem, but I'm not going to play that until I see Flame Strike come down, which is a possibility with these decks, but not always a guarantee. Because yes, it is a mage, and yes, Flame Strike is a really, really good card, but this is a mech mage. He's going to have to take out something pretty major if he wants to get a Flame Strike in there. Oh, and looks like our lovely Flamesong totem is soaking up Fireball, meaning he does not have a Flame Strike in his hand, or he's just not willing to try to wait. So we are going to throw down another Flamesong totem, and add in a Clockwork Gnome. I don't believe he has played Coin, so there is a chance for Coin Flame Strike, but it's not, again, too much of a worry since decks like Mech Mage don't really play Flame Strike. We're getting some really nice burst potential for coming up with Alakir here and this Flame Tongue Totem already on the field. Alright. we are going to Lightning Storm. This fool got a 4 struck onto him, so we are going to totem up. And swing face. Drawing constant cards, getting constant damage in. Shaman is built for this. Meaning we have a potential kill coming up. I probably would have been better off if I had not played the Lightning Storm, as I would be able to get my Alakir out this turn coming up. And he takes out my Flame Tongue Totem. It seems as though he's just scared. I'm going to go ahead and throw down an Azure Drake on the far left. Second Earth Shock, throw down another Clockwork Gnome right here. He's most likely going to ping off one of these, which allows for... Oh, hey, Neptulon. Which allows for room for Alakir. Or a Neptulon if I so desire. Hopefully coming into this next turn... Oh. Alright. Alright, sadly I did not draw into what I was wanting to draw, which would be a stone weapon, whatever, I can't remember what it's called. Either way, we win. That's a GG. If I could ever click correctly. Well played. Whoop, I meant to click well played. Makes me look like I was BMing. Sure, that was BM. Hopefully a 10 out of 10. Alright, coming in now, we got another 10 gold, which could be a pack if we so desire. Which we do so desire. So, welcome everyone to a pack opening. I hope you all have been enjoying so far. We are going to go with Classic because I do not yet have all the Classic cards, and there are many legendaries from Classic I would like to have. I am not, however, going to buy 2 packs. That would be bad. Tragic on my life. See, this is why we come to Basic. Yes, it was an Illidan, and it was not desired, but it's still a legendary. I can't speak today, I'm sorry guys. It is still a legendary, which means that if we do happen to get another Illidan, we can just disenchant this Illidan. And if we get a gold Illidan, we're still going to disenchant that gold Illidan. We don't need gold Illidan. Illidan, you're terrible. You're trash. Why do you suck? Why are you here? Why? Alright. And now with the magic of cutting, we're going to be in another game. Now that the magic is complete, we are here with Paladin. This is going to be a nuisance to say the least. I should probably keep this Lightning Storm for whatever potential shenanigans he intends to play on us with his, I don't know what it is. His rallying of the troops. So we do not have a turn... Oh, wait, scratch that. We have a turn 1 play. Turn 2, we're just going to have to throw in a Totemic Call unless he throws out a creature that my 2/1 can't handle, in which case we do have a Rockbiter. Alright, nothing comes down, so we're just going to Totem, hit face. Taunt Totem is always appreciated. Turn 2, he's probably just going to throw down a Reinforce, not going to worry too much about that. And, of course, I would throw in a Feral Spirit, but then again, that would, put me down to 2 mana and I would not be able to deal with his rallying of the troops. So, sadly, I'm just going to have to throw down another Totem and hit face. I would rather him think that I don't have the ability to clear his gathering of the troops, which apparently he doesn't even want to get rid of... Wait, what am I saying? He doesn't want to gather the troops. I'm sorry. I don't know why you're here. Why do you watch my videos? I have nothing. Alright, so It looks like it would have been a better play to throw down the Feral Impulse. I misread. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now. And this way, if he does decide that he wants to gain some creatures, we do have our Lightning Storm. Now, what he could have potentially been doing is saving up so that on turn 4 he could coin out Knife Juggler as well as the Gathering of the Troops. I can't remember what it is. But we will never really know until, you know, he plays. And we're just going to have to wait for that, sadly. Alright, so it looks like he's just going to expend his abilities to get rid of one Spirit Wolf. Acolyte of Pain comes down. That is absolutely worth a Rock Biter. See, creatures like this are reasons why the Rock Biters are held in hand. Ugh, excuse the noises of the chair as I get more comfortable. From how it seems, he doesn't have a way to deal with this Spirit Wolf now, which honestly is a very minimal threat to him, but it's still a nuisance. It has the ability to kill off his creatures that he plays and just deal damage to face. And as we can see, he's already at 22 health, which this deck isn't really about hitting face, but Hammer of Wrath comes down. But hitting the face is always nice. You never want to just leave, you know, his face alone. So we're gonna Piloted Shredder, call in a totem, pass turn. And the totem that he decided to waste his weapon charge on, or not really waste, but use it on, comes right back. And next turn we have a Dr. Boom to put down, Dr. Balanced. Oh, looks like he was already waiting for that. Alright, so how are we going to deal with this? What I want to do is Hex Lightning Storm, but that's going to expend everything we have, not to mention this Piloted Shredder is a potential fatality. Playing our own Dr. Boom might be the course of action, but again, it kind of leaves us a bit open. So I'm just gonna have to go with my heart. Yep, gotta do it. As much as I don't want to, I kind of have to. I have to deal with what he has on this field, and thank goodness it only takes out our 0-2 totem. And yes, it is the you know, spell power totem, but that doesn't worry me too much. Alright, Guardian of Kings. Neptulon comes into hand. This is going to be a moment to play Sludge Belcher. Go back to hit and face. If he decides that it is within his best interest to use his Guardian of Kings to swing onto our Sludge Belcher, then I'm going to go ahead and use the Piloted Shredder to destroy the Guardian of Kings. Next turn, I would play Neptulon, probably. Well, no, Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom is better to get out earlier, Neptulon is better later. When you're low on cards in hand, Neptulon is the card to play. Alright, I sadly do not have another Hex in my hand. Hopefully this just hits face. Alright, that's still a good use. We're gonna go ahead and throw down Dr. Boom. Totem. Trade. And sadly it was a 2 health minion. We did not want that for fear of the Consecration that he could hold in his hand. We wanted pretty much anything that had 3 health. Because if it had 3 or more health, which 4 being, I believe, the highest health of any 2-drop minions, then it could potentially, only potentially, not guaranteed, force out an equality to come from him to also get rid of the Dr. Boom. And to get an equality out of his hand would be very nice. Alright, Faceless Manipulator on Ragnaros. Haven't seen that in ever. Alright, what's going down here? Blessing of Wisdom. Alright. Don't know why you did that. There's a great chance that you could be losing that this turn. See? You pretty much just wasted that Blessing of Wisdom. So, this turn, we are going to Neptulon. We could potentially get Cold Like Oracle to work. I'll use that in a bit. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and just continue filling up my side of the board with some useful minions. Alright, and that one damage he dealt to everything was healed back. I don't really understand why he decided to do what he did. Alright, clears my board, wants Neptulon dead, obviously. It's a fair course of action. But if Neptulon survives, think about that potential, huh? Neptulon didn't survive. Of course he didn't. This double Ragnaros is not looking too good for me. Throw down a Sludge Belcher, Bluegill Warrior, Swing Face. This is how you play Hearthstone. You play Bluegill Warriors in your deck. It's the only way to win. Bluegill Warriors at Cold Light Oracles. See, I don't even have this card, so not Cold Light Oracles. I have those. I don't have this card, so using it is a bit of a mystery to me. Alright, this guy wants me dead. Oh wait, that's a guaranteed loss. That's well played. There's no point even continuing. Why are you even going on with this? All you're doing is annoying me at this point. Again, I didn't have the cards required to be able to actually kill off his creatures. That's kind of depressing. Man, I'm not doing anything here today. All I've done so far is lose and win, and in that specific order. Well, I guess I'm gonna call it off here. I hope you all have enjoyed at least slightly what I tried to do today. I have been TheYungGamer. This has been Hearthstone, and I will see you guys later.